Okay, my dear students, today I am going to discuss the second physical features of India. In the previous video, we have already discussed about the Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas and the Shivalik. Okay, now the second physical features of our country is the Northern Plain. Okay, so before starting the Northern Plain, you will find in this chapter some terminology such as foothills. So what is foothills? The low hill at the base of a mountain or mountain range. Listen once again, low hill at the base of the mountains. So look here, what you find, this is the Greater Himalayas, just below it that is the Lesser Himalayas, and the below it that is the Shivalik range. Okay, so in the Shivalik range that is present in our country, so this is the base of the Shivalik range. Okay, this is the base of Shivalik range. Okay, so this base is known as foothills. Clear? Now next is the river in Iceland. So what is river in Iceland? So it is any exposed land surrounded by the river water that is known as river in Iceland. For example, suppose a river is moving in this direction. Okay, so what here you find? You find that here the breadth of the river is less and here the breadth of the river is high. So what will happen? The silt which is being carried by the rivers may deposit in that areas, because in these areas the water current is not capable to carry all the silts. So this is the highly fertile area because it is made up of silt or alluvial soil. So such kind of Iceland, it is just like a Iceland, but it is formed by the rivers. Okay, here it is formed by the rivers, that's why it is known as river in Iceland. Okay, now come to the next point, that is the Doab. So what is the Doab? So Doab means, suppose a river is running, clear, a river is running and at a particular point it changes in two different directions. Okay, so this area is formed with the alluvial soil. So here you will find the two kinds of alluvial soil. Some area will be the Bangar and some area will contain the Khadar. Khadar means new soil and Bangar means old soil. Okay, so it is the highly fertile lands, and in our country the famous Doab is Ganga and Jamuna. Okay, so it is a very big area. Even this area is also converted into the district because it is highly fertile and here that is the densely forests. Densely population is available. Clear? Now come to the distributaries. Okay, so there are two terms we find. One is known as the tributaries, but here the term is distributaries. It means the river in their lower course are split into numerous channels due to deposition of silt. So these channels are known as distributaries. Clear? So the greatest delta in our country is Sundarban Delta. Okay, so delta means what? In a particular place the silt is highly deposited. Okay, so the flow of the river is unable to carry from this path, and it changes its direction in different areas to meet with the ocean. Okay, so these different direction of the rivers is known as distributaries. Clear? Now, these are the important terms which will come when we will discuss about the northern plains. Okay, now, so northern plain has been formed by three major river basin or river system. Okay, so this is the river, okay, which originates from the where? Punjab regions. So that is known as Punjab region of Himalayas. So it is known as the Punjab Himalayas, and the river is the Indus River, Satluj River. Okay, so Indus has the five main tributaries. First is the Indus, second Satluj, next Beas, Ravi and Chenab. Okay, so these rivers passes through the Punjab area, and that's why they form the plain areas in Punjab region. Okay, this is the Ganga region. Okay, Ganga river which originates and it also passes through these areas, and they have also formed the plain areas. Okay, and this is the Brahmaputra rivers. Okay, between the Brahmaputra and the Ganga there are two important rivers. One is the Tista and other is Devang. And between the Ganga and the Indus there is another river that is known as Kali. But these rivers contribution is less. So that's why we say that our northern plain has formed due to the three tributaries. One is the Indus, that is the Punjab region, central region by the Ganga, and that is the eastern part, that is the Brahmaputra. So in this way, this is the northern plain. Clear? Now, these northern plains has formed due to the deposition of alluvial soil. Okay, because these rivers carries huge amount of silt and they deposits in these areas. Okay, next point we will say that it contains a vast basin which is lying in the foothills. Okay, so that is the foothills means the base of the mountains. So from the base of the mountains they carry the silt and form the plain areas. Clear? So when these areas contains the alluvial soil, it means what will happen? It will become highly fertile, and it is that's why here the population is very densely. Okay, because three important things here we find. First, that is the better climatic condition. Next, we find the abundant water or ample of water for irrigations of land, and third, that is the highly fertile soil. So these three things is most important for agricultural development. So these areas is highly fertile, due to that in that areas the population is very high. But there are some important things we must know it. Okay, so first, what is the actual spread area of this northern plain? So the actual is first 7 lakhs kilometer. 7 lakhs. So 7 lakh square kilometer. 7 square kilometer. Okay, so this is our northern plain, and it is spread in the different areas, and you can say Punjab, Delhi, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, next some part of Jharkhand, Bihar, and some area of West Bengal. So it passes through the different states. That's why the expansion of the northern plain is very high, that is 7 lakhs kilometer. Okay, now the plain areas about 2400 kilometer. Plain area is 2400 kilometer. So what it indicates? It indicates that all the northern plain is not 100% plain. Some area, some of these area are also upheaval, but it is highly fertile. Okay, and the breadth between the foothills to the northern plains is nearly 240 to 320 kilometer. So it indicates that some area is narrow and some area is very broad. Okay, so it varies in different places. Okay, now come to the northern plain is divided into 3 parts. So suppose this is the Punjab area, this is the one part, this is the central areas, this is the second part. Okay, and the remaining is the third part, and some area of the Assam and Arunachal Pradesh also will come under the northern plain. Okay, so we can say the northern plain is broadly divided into 3 parts, and the parts are: first, that is the Punjab or western part, that is the western part. Okay, second is the central part. Okay, and the next is the these areas, and it will come under the what? That is the Brahmaputra region. This is the Ganga region. And this is the Indus region. Okay, now so here we find that there are 3 parts. One is the Punjab region, second is the central part, that is the Ganga region, and next one is the Brahmaputra region. Okay, so this is the Punjab region. It will come in the western part of northern plain. Northern plain. Okay, so this is formed with the help of Indus River, but most of the part is located in Punjab. Sorry, most of the part is located in Pakistan, because in Pakistan also that is the Punjab. Okay, now come to the central part, that is the Ganga region. So it is spread over the states of North India, as I told you, that is the that is the Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, some part of Jharkhand, next some part of Bengal. So it is located in the central region, okay, and in the east side, this is the Bangladesh, and this is our what? West Bengal, WB. Okay, so it is also located in West Bengal and some part of Jharkhand. Okay, now this is the third one. So third one is our what? Brahmaputra region. So in these areas, the Brahmaputra region, a number of tributaries of Brahmaputra and has formed the northern plain, and it is highly fertile. Clear? So on the basis of the relief, we can distribute it into 3 or 4 parts. This is the most important. Clear? So on the basis of, it is divided into 3 parts. Okay, first is known as the Bhabar, BHA, Bhabar. So what is Bhabar? This is the most important things. So whenever, suppose this is our mountainous area and the river is coming in these areas, its tributaries are also coming, and when it comes near the foothills, okay, they carry the huge amount of stones and it is deposited in that areas. Okay, so these stones are highly deposited and has created the space between the 2 stones, that is known as porous. So it is highly porous. So whatever the water comes, it passes through that areas. That's why the river all of a sudden disappears, because the whole water is passing through these areas which has contains huge amount of stones, and that's why the river automatically disappear, and that is known as Bhabar. Okay, so in other words, we can say that Bhabar is that area which contains huge amount of stones. So it is approximately, it is measured nearly 8 to 16 kilometer. Okay, so up to 8 to 16 kilometer you will not find the river and will think where the water goes. So water passes through that areas, and that area, because it is highly porous, and due to that the river automatically disappears and the name is given, that is the Bhabar. Next is the Terai. So when the water comes out after crossing the Bhabar, when the water comes out, okay, and carries the silt, so this area will be considered as Terai. So Terai is an area where the river automatically generates or comes in the actual form, and it is highly fertile. But one thing that is the most important, so these areas is marshy area. Okay, marshy means daldali, where there is huge amount of water is already locked and the plain area has becomes very soft. So दलदली एरियाज, हिंदी में हम लोग उसको दलदली बोलते हैं. ठीक है. So this area also contains the different varieties of plants. A number of wildlife are also present. So overall, in a simple way, we can say this is the densely forest area, and variety of wildlife is available. Okay. Now, that is the most important. In these areas there is a national park, and that is known as Dudhwa National Park. So here, first of all, just see, that is the Bhabar. Previously I told you, and after that is the Terai, and it is densely populated. And now the next come to the two kinds of alluvial soil. One is the known as Khadar, and other is known as Bangar. So Bhanger, Bangar means old alluvial soil. Okay. And other is Khadar, that is the new alluvial soil. So Khadar basically forms due to the excessive flood, and it continuously performs the silt on the earth surface. So that is most fertile. But Bhangar is the old alluvial soil, and it also contains some stones. Okay, so it is also fertile, but it is less fertile in compared to Khadar. Okay, so overall we can say that the newer or Angar deposited of the alluvial soil in the plain areas are called Khadar. Okay, and the soil that contains the stones and the other materials, but it is also highly fertile, and that is known as Bhangar. So in this way, overall conclusion is that the northern part is most important area for our country, because huge amount of food grains and the other items is produced in these areas. Okay, thank you.